Hey there, I'm Eric Tennant, and my solar trailer, after, well, it's been on one heck of an epic adventure all the way to Mexico and back, and then I took it up into the mountains, romped it, and it's in need of a few minor upgrades I found, things that'll just make my life better. We'll just go off to these one by one, and I'll show you the problems, and then I'll show you how I plan on fixing them. First, the Burley comes with these really tiny legs, normally like that. I attempted to extend them out here with some aluminum. Unfortunately, it never quite fit in there right. Yeah, you can see it flopping around, it's not tight. So those I definitely want to upgrade. One of the other problems I have is this tape. This is Gorilla tape, and the reason I put this along here is it is bolted down. However, as I go along down the road, it tends to flap back and forth really fast, making kind of an obnoxious sound on the rear. So that's definitely another problem I plan on upgrading. This one isn't so much of a problem, it's just more of I keep coming up with ideas on how to upgrade it, is the license plate in the back. This one I modeled out real quick. I kind of goofed. I pulled this one side over, so it's not center entirely, so that drives me nuts. So that is a problem. I'm gonna be fixing that, and I'm gonna be throwing a ton of upgrades back here. And of course, I want this to be heck of visible, even at night, because, well, I found that every once in a while, I do find myself out at night, especially when I'm riding with Lucas Burnell. Now I just need to get all this old tape off. That was to protect their old foot here. That was the other thing I end up solving, is their soft burley foot. I make a better design for that. Yeah, you can kind of see how this old piece was made. It was a piece of 2020 here, and then I kind of chopped off the ends of it, shoved it in the end there. But yeah, it's never the best foot there. I think I got enough tape off that I got enough of it exposed. Fortunately, it looks like I lost the original screw. It's to protect the bars because it sits on the underside. It gets scraped up quite a bit, so I taped them up to protect that. On the foot, they use such soft rubber. The first time you take the trailer out, you'll find that the feet get tore up. It's ripped to shreds. So that's where my solutions come in. Now I got two versions of this. One, you need to know how to print nylon and pretty much have a heat chamber. And the second one is TPU. This one uses nylon and TPU. One I have is pure TPU, so it has this part built into it already. So all you got to do is know how to print TPU, which more printers can do that one. All these will be found down in the description below. I'll share all the files for these prints, or actually any of the prints except for the license plate stuff that'll be added in. That maybe if you drop me an email, I could design you one for a small fee. But so you pretty much just take this nylon piece, and it's made to go right into the end right here, just like that. So then you take your new foot, which this one's made out of TPU. This is a 100% infill, quite a bit of walls on it. It's pretty solid. It is a flexible TPU, but in this case, it's a little bit harder. Meant to last quite a bit longer. The little holes, and then you pretty much line it up, put it on like so, and now I need to add a screw there. Fortunately, it's not a black screw, but it should do the trick anyhow. So it definitely works a lot better with the original screw. I'll have to keep looking around, and I got a spare screw bin. Who doesn't, right? I'll find one that fits better on that. But that is basically the feet there. I'm testing out both versions. This one is the nylon version, and then this one is the pure TPU version. And to show you the TPU version, they're very nice. I'm leaning it. There's almost no flex in them. So you can see there how much further the whole thing's been extended out. So that should be a nice upgrade, help stabilize the whole unit. Okay, so now I just need to remove the old plate and get the much better plate on there. There you can get the difference. Much better YouTube on, more visible, and everything's true and centered on this one. So this is a nice thing about 2020 is man, the things you can end up adding to it is unbelievable. So got the plate there, nice, everything center. So of course the next thing I was thinking, I already got tail lights on a car. When you turn on the tail lights, you get a license plate light. So of course I went into the 3D studio and I designed out a 3D light real quick, and there it is. It is a LED light, and it pretty much just clips onto this right over and right onto the unit like that. So I made it like this in case any one piece breaks, I can easily change it out, and I don't have to print the whole entire thing over again. So then my friend Jared D over on the other YouTube channel, go check him out, he does a lot of lives, a lot about gas modified bikes. He recommended QR codes. I was like, oh shoot, that's a good idea. Tried to add it onto the bottom there, but it was way too small. I couldn't get quite that resolution, almost with the printer, but not quite. So what I did is I made these tabs that pretty much like washers, and it connects like that onto the side. So it'll go like that. And because I like symmetry, I printed another one, so there's one on each side. That one's mirrored, but yeah, they work mirrored either way. So I'm gonna get that mounted all up like that. But of course, it kind of gets into the next part too, which I might as well do that now, is removing this tape. Because yeah, I'm not a fan of the Gorilla Tape method. I mean, it works in a pinch, but yeah, as you can see, a lot of this, I mean, the corner I peeled off for a test, but these other parts, yeah, they came up on their own. I'm tired of spending money on it and yeah, having to do it over and over. I do want something that's reusable. So, but I'm gonna lamp that plate, and then I'll show you guys my solution for getting rid of this tape. It's pretty much pretty easy. So it all goes like that. Bolt goes through. And this all ends up level because the light was sticking out that far anyway, so that I had a washer there before. I ended up thinking about it. I was like, oh, I can just make the washer and the QR code one. So, and then of course a good old 2020 T-nut there. Maybe. All right, and pulling this tape off, hopefully for the last time. Now to wire in the LEDs, I need to take off the 8 bolts that hold on the solar panel to the rails. So let me get those off real quick. Should be able to now pick the panel right off. Sweet. It's pretty much to get the taillights to work, I need to wire in positive and negative into the back line, which is right here. Pretty obviously to me, red is positive, blue will be negative. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if the license plate lights work, and well, still the back lights. Sweet, that looks awesome, nice. And that gives, wow, the back end of the trailer very, very good visibility. +1 for safety. Now I just needed to put the solar panel back on and show you guys this new idea I got to keep the sides from flapping around. All right, now to keep the sides from flapping around here, I printed a lot of clips. So I call these 2020 all-power solar panel mounts. They'll work with the 100 and the 200 watt solar panels. And the way they work is I modeled them out from a negative of this part, so to fit perfectly in there. You come on from the side here and you just start pushing it onto the unit. And of course, it's a little bit of a trick to get past these high parts, and my sticker, and I have to redo the reflective sticker here. Yep, I tore it up. So there's that. There we go. Yeah, so luckily I got quite a bit more of that sticker left, because yeah, I destroyed it. And then these clips basically go in between here and they help hold the rails. Probably gonna do 2 in between each bolt. That's the way I printed them anyways. So I'm gonna slide this one down to the middle and hopefully not destroy my next sticker. And then that should keep the solar panel from flapping around. So yeah, definitely 2 per section. All right, so I've already got pretty ticked off with these clips here. Probably not going to work. Since it's destroying the stickers, it kind of defeats my purpose of not having to redo the tape each time. So shouldn't have printed out full 18 of them. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the design board and redesign these. Pretty much I guess kind of already see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of this whole bottom piece here so they're not hitting these stickers. Got the new design here. Just gotta get off the old design. Ah. So yeah, you can see the difference, what I did there. Basically took off that bottom piece of it. So now it won't interfere with the reflectors once they're in. Yeah, I don't like that moving around so freely like that. It's good to put it on, but not so good for traveling down the road. Yeah, this would still make that noise. I need it really tight. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink probably a whole centimeter off its gap. Okay, shrunk it down a bit. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's definitely tighter. Yeah, it's gonna be tricking me on these things. Wanted a tighter clip. I got a tighter clip. Nice. Yeah. These are okay. Yeah, I'm thinking two per panel. So I need 8. And then I still need to come up with something for the back design. So see you guys in the morning. All right, it's the next morning, obviously, as you can tell by my hair. So my prints, I pretty much set them to print up. It's like a 4-hour print right there, and I did it overnight. So I'm gonna grab them real quick. Nice, and they turned out perfect. So let's go see how they fit. First gotta get the old one off, and yeah, they're definitely a tight fit. There she goes. And now I got the new one. This is probably gonna be even harder to put on because they're longer length, but I was thinking instead of having 2, I'll do 1 per section. Oh. Yeah, no joke, that's a hard install. It was definitely not going anywhere. ASA is some pretty strong stuff. I started trying to rip some pieces off to try to prototype something real quick that'll be able to latch onto the back here. I got wires sticking out, so I'd have to take these lights all the way off to be able to slide clips in. So I need something that's gonna pretty much probably come like this. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Kind of pivoted away from trying to necessarily latch into that thing. So pretty much just need the 2020 hardware. Screw that down into it. And a plastic bit. Let's see how she fits. Nice. I have my solution. Those are actually not too bad. You've got to watch over tightening them. That could actually be used all the way around the side of the trailer. A slight crack, but I think, yeah, I don't think it actually broke anything. I think it is good. That is, I like that solution. It's much better than tape for me. I wasn't ever really a big fan of the tape solution. I mean, if you found a good tape, I mean, there's pluses to that too. I mean, it could be, slightly lighter than all these brackets and everything. And if you're not like me fiddling around with it constantly, yeah, it worked perfectly fine. Lighter weight, probably slightly more aerodynamic. This is a little bit more solid, looking for something with longevity and also maintenance, so I don't have to continuously buy tape. I do not recommend the original Gorilla tape I was using on it. I would use maybe gap tape. It's supposed to not leave any residue. It's supposed to stay down. I don't know, I haven't tried it, but maybe that's the idea. But yeah, I'm gonna print up another one of these brackets like that, I'm definitely happy with that, and I'm gonna add it over there, and I'm fully latched down around the sides, and that'll help with that flapping noise, so it doesn't sound like, yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it can be quite obnoxious when you're, you know, going 20, 25 miles per hour down the road and things like got some weird kind of frequency to it bouncing like that. So now what I need to do is, well, print up the other one and then put it on and clean the whole thing up, because yeah, I broke some of my end caps on there. Those are custom caps. Where's one? Oh, there's one. Eric Tennant. I think I have some that are printed a little, yeah, in better quality. These, yeah, it's falling apart on me. So I'll redo those. I mean, they are meant to kind of take a hit and then break. Unfortunately, not that I like printing them a million times. Yep, do all that stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, several benefits to these. These are easier to install, way less material to print, even though I've already printed them. I'm trying to make something very repeatable that is going to use as much resources. So yeah, I've definitely got a prototype through. So I'm going to end up taking all those off and replacing them with those type brackets. These ones are definitely secure on there, but the problem is yeah, they do slightly move about. The other problem is very hard to install and uninstall, and that definitely, I'm not trying to create more problems. So yeah, that's definitely why I want to go with that other one. Just need to get all these off now. That should be fun. Pretty much the reverse way of hammering them off, I guess. All right, so got a batch of the new clips ready. Whew. Hot out of the oven. Is all off there. Nice. Now I just need to install a lot. Well, unfortunately, they do work. Like this one I got down tightened all the way, but as you can see, it split right in half. So this time I printed it laying down like that instead of standing up, so the layer lines won't be going against the pressure. This idea anyways. Let's see if I can not crack it in half like the last one here. Take this one off. Definitely doesn't come out nearly as pretty on the back side, but function over beauty as far as this is concerned. The moment of truth. Will it crack on me as I tried it? Pretty much just want enough torque to where, you know, it's not moving around, essentially is the idea. That's where the other ones were cracking. Nice. So now I got to mass produce them. Nice. Okay, so I'm finally happy with those after a few iterations. You gotta keep doing it until you get it right. If you're not failing, you're not 3D printing. Got my custom GoPro mount back to it. It's gonna make some cool shots of the trailer. So I'm definitely happy with the way that the clips turned out. That's much more secure, and now when I open it, used to be a little bit of deflection when I'd use the tape. It'd pull away from there, the panel and that. Now everything's staying nice and square. The new feet are awesome. I mean, that's a huge upgrade. Shouldn't have to put any tape on it anymore. And on the plus side, when it's up, you can now hit it with your foot very easily there. And put the trailer back down. That's a huge win. And of course, the new license plate with the QR codes and the license plate light. That is a nice upgrade for me. It's gonna help my visibility out. Lights up the whole road in the back end of it. So thanks for watching. Until next time, you'll see me. I'm in the break all the rules. I'm gonna do what I want. Gotta take all those old prototypes that I made here. Special place for them.
I'm gonna break all the rules. I'm gonna do what I want. They say you got to
No
walk
bad
this,
prototypes.
talk this, dress this way. You gotta eat this, drink this, smoke this way. You gotta laugh this, cry this, feel this way. You gotta act this, live this, be this, buy this way.